Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be looking at how to do a quick breakdown on these SKS bolts. Now, extra bonus points down in the comments if you can tell me what is the country of origin of this bolt. You know, Chinese, Russian, Serbian, Yugoslavian, whatever. Most of you can tell right away. I can't tell the difference. I actually have to look at the firing pin to tell. But anyway, let's get this firing pin, retaining pin out. It's not rocket science here, guys. Just need to get it on something so I can drive this pin out. Here we go. We've pounded it out. Let's take a quick look here. If you've never seen down in here, this firing pin, it's a very simple retaining piece here. This firing pin, retaining pin holds the firing pin in here. I want to point this specifically out because this top part of this firing pin should be flat with like a little ridge. This firing pin, retaining pin goes in, and if you look at it, you'll see how it retains the firing pin. See that little notch where it retains the firing pin? The top part of the firing pin will be flat with that little ridge or that little notch right there. That's where the firing pin, retaining pin holds it or captures it. We're going to take the extractor and the extractor spring out. Very simple. And here's your parts, guys. There's your bolt body, there's your firing pin, there's your extractor spring, there's your extractor, and there's your firing pin, retaining pin. Just like in all my videos, this has already been cleaned, so nothing really to clean off here. We're just going to re-oil it. A very, very light coating of oil on all the parts. So we're going to go through this real quickly. Just put a real light coating of oil on everything. On the extractor, I do kind of dig down into that face or that claw where it's going to grab on to the edge of the casing there. I'm going to put a little bit of oil on the end of a Q-tip here. I do jam this down into the channel where the firing pin goes through. I'm going to rip off the other end of this Q-tip. That's just so it goes through easier. And then I'm going to take a tool and I'm going to jam this all the way down in here. The reason why I do this is because I want the other end of this Q-tip smashed down against the inside of this bolt face. I'm going to really push this down in here. And then I'm going to pry this Q-tip up just a little bit. I'm going to grab it with my fingers and I'm going to rock it back and forth. I'm trying to clean off the inside of that bolt face of any debris or gunk or anything. Pull it back out. Nothing major here, right, guys? Let's get everything kind of going here. Let's see what we have. Obviously, we got the extractor and extractor spring. Not rocket science here. I was going to put it back in, but looks like there might be just a little gunk in there. Remember, these are probably 40, 50, I don't know, 60-year-old pieces. So you're going to see some probably discoloration and some things like this. Let's just clean this out just like with the other stuff. A little bit of oil. Let's just make sure there's nothing in here, any grit or grime or anything. So real quickly, let's wipe it down. Real basic stuff here, guys. Let's go ahead and get ready to put our extractor and our extractor spring back in. Very simple. Put it down in, lock it in with your thumb, and then push it. It'll rock back in and hold. If you've never seen down in here, this is just retained by that firing pin, retaining pin, right? Super easy. Let's go ahead and get our firing pin back in. And how do we know which way it goes in? Well, let's look. See, there's a long way and a short way. This is backwards, guys. We got to go the other way. That way looks right. Remember, flat side goes up. Now, some pins are flat on both sides, but you know which way the notch is, right? Which way the ridge is. Put it flat way up. Look through the hole, and you'll be able to tell by where that ridge is. Go back and forth with your finger, and you'll be able to tell. Look. See that ridge? Oh. I have it in the right spot. Push it all the way forward. Let's put that firing pin, retaining pin back in. Position it so it's in the correct spot. It'll kind of go in with your finger. I put it in off camera here with a hammer. Make sure your extractor moves freely. It needs to have that movement. But here's the most important part, guys. That firing pin needs to move freely. We talk about slam fires. That firing pin needs to move freely. The SKS is notorious for slam fires. That's like its one, main issue. If you don't clean this firing pin out, it'll basically lock that firing pin forward and it'll slam fire instead of being able to action. Anyway, just wanted to share this with you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one.